Hello, everybody, and happy Halloween. And it's October. I love this month, and what I'm about to read to you is part of the reason why I love everything about Halloween. But the subject at hand, I am reading my second book. It is part of a series called The Protectors of Earth, and the second book is called A Walking Nightmare. Now I'm on chapter 3. All right. If you hear this and you want to comment, and the comment don't have to be a good thing. You could just be truthful. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Normal. But here we go. Rebecca is driving her car, thinking about when the last time that she had to get rid of a walking nightmare. The street light is in front of her changes red, and she must stop her car, unless she wants to cause an accident. As she waits for the light to change back, edits to green, she glances over towards the car to the left of her. There's a young married couple in the middle of an argument. She can tell that the woman in the passenger seat is really heated. Her face is starting to turn red as the anger inside her heart begins to build. Rebecca shakes her head and wonders what exactly she is fighting for. And society only gets worse every single day since she has been born. She looks down and sees that her cell phone is starting to flash and ring like an old telephone would. But Jacob's picture is shown in the middle of the phone, and the only thing that crosses her mind is, finally. Well, hello, Jacob. Are you ready to train so you can become full-time field agents? The light changes again, but this time to green. And since Rebecca does not like talking on the phone and drive at the same time, she places the phone onto speaker and places it into one of the cup holders. Brittany and I have both agreed on learning the craft would actually be good for us, but we want a couple of things that you have to agree with before we agree to anything. Jacob begins to negotiate with Rebecca. It depends on what it is, so I hope that it is within reason. Rebecca reminds him that the Protectors of Earth is global, seeing that she is only a field agent. She can only do so much. She turns the car around because she is driving in the wrong direction. The apartment where Jacob and Brittany are secretively staying in is on the opposite side of town. Put the page down, that page down. Actually, there is just one, and that is that you have to promise we will do everything we can to find out about what happened to Brittany's mother and my father. Rebecca can actually hear Brittany in the background agreeing with Jacob. Most of the missions that they work on were top secret, so it will take us some time to find out anything important. There has to be somebody that we can talk to that knows what happened while they were agents in this secret organization. There is only one person that would be guaranteed to know anything, and that is the person that runs the university that I want to take you to. Rebecca is starting to see that the negotiations are beginning to go her way. Well, then going to that school better be on our list of places to visit. It is, but first I have to come pick you up, so start getting packed because I'm on my way. Rebecca ends the call. She knows that now her new headmaster will finally be pleased. She parks her car right behind Jacob's car once again. Once she gets out of her car, up the sidewalk and up a couple of concrete steps and walks right into their place of residence, she realizes that Jacob and Brittany are still packing their belongings so they can go with her. She sits down onto the couch, reaches for her phone, and sees that the headmaster has sent her another text message. And this one says that she must go to a nurse's townhouse, where a walking nightmare has killed and taken the nurse's soul along with her. So he wants her to go see if she can pick up a trail while it is still fresh. Jacob and Brittany both enter the living room at the same time, and they both have their hands full with bags of their clothes and belongings. You two are almost ready, correct? Rebecca places her phone back into her back pants pocket. Just about. But why the big urgency? I thought we were going to talk to the headmaster of your private school. Jacob sounds a little confused. This is on my to-do list, but something has just happened that I need to attend to. Well, then you can tell us what we need to investigate. If Jacob and I are going to be a part of this, we don't want to be left in the dark about anything. Brittany finally speaks up, and there's a lot of seriousness in her voice. I can promise that I can tell you more details about our missions, but even I am in the dark about a lot of things. They don't call it a secret organization for nothing. It's like the longer that you survive as an agent, the more you can figure out by yourself. Okay then, tell us more about the mission that we just have to begin first. Jacob insists, and feels to Rebecca that this interrogation that Jacob and Brittany are holding, they planned out and researched it by themselves. They are well informed. We have to go to a missing nurse's townhouse that we think is linked to a psycho killer's newborn baby killing 3 people, including his own mother. This nurse is one of the 3 civilians that escaped the asylum's infirmary, and she goes missing the day after the incident. Rebecca tells them what they need to know, and only when they need to know. There are not any people left that she has told everything to, and those people are either trapped in hell or dead. So what are we supposed to do there? Brittany brings the rest of her belongings out into the living room. Oh, on the page. We are going to look for any clues on where she is going. If we can get lucky, a way to stop this walking nightmare and send her soul to her afterlife. Rebecca is glad that Jacob and Brittany are done with their packing. She does not know if she can fit all of their luggage into her rental car, seeing that they have a pile starting. What is a walking nightmare? Jacob sits down onto the love seat directly across from Rebecca. A vengeful spirit with a twist. With a vengeful spirit, they can kill as much as they want until somebody sends them on to their afterlife. But a walking nightmare can only kill the people who witnessed or was the cause of their own demise. There are just too many roles, and I thought it would get easier in the next life. Brittany sits down right next to Jacob. Well, sorry to say this, Brittany, but you are in for a rude awakening. The choices that you make in this life will alter where you will go in your afterlife. And trust me when I tell you this, nothing gets easier and every day is a struggle. But you always have a choice. That is one thing that you and I can agree with, Jacob says. So are you two ready to go? The longer we wait here, the harder it will be for me to find any clues. Rebecca stands up out of her seat, so she can show Brittany and Jacob that she is ready to leave. We are as ready as we will be. Jacob looks at Brittany and then back at Rebecca. Okay, let's go. Rebecca grabs a sword and straps it around her shoulder. Then she grabs a couple of Jacob and Brittany's bags. Since she has free hands, besides, they will never be able to carry all their stuff out by themselves. Not on one trip anyways. Then Rebecca exits the apartment. She seems to be a little different than she was the last time we saw her. Brittany's actually a little worried about their team leader. You notice that too? Jacob agrees, but as long as her mind is still on killing supernatural beings, he knows that they will be alright. So they both exit the apartment together, holding hands and trying to catch up with Rebecca. She might seem a little different to both of them, but they still need her expertise in this matter. Besides, she is probably the only person that they know that can help them find out the truth about their separate parents, but to keep them both alive as well. A little later, Rebecca pulls her car in behind a white Honda Civic in the dead nurse's driveway. Her, Jacob, and Brittany all exit the car at the same time. Then all three of them, one at a time, step over a yellow strip of tape that reads "Crime Scene. Do not cross." But since they are there to investigate a brutal murder, they know that they can cross, even though they do not work for the police department. Rebecca would probably say that they are better than the police because what they have to catch is no longer a human being, and some of them never existed in the mortal realm. Then they enter the townhouse and see that the place is completely trashed. But the good thing is that they have the place all to themselves, since there is not one police officer there at the moment. "So where do we begin?" Jacob asks. He looks around and is overwhelmed with uncertainty. "Usually the first thing that I will look at is the blood trail." Rebecca points towards the floor where there is drops of blood leading from the living room all the way out into the kitchen and out the back door. "Good idea." So Jacob and Brittany walk out into the living room and begin their search. As for Rebecca, she stands perfectly still at her spot, closes her eyes, and begins to try to sense if the nurse's soul is still waiting in the ghostly plane for a reaper to show up and escort her soul into her afterlife. This blood trail starts at the couch and ends right outside on the back porch. Jacob looks at Rebecca and sees that she has her eyes closed. "Now that is weird," Rebecca replies with a loud whisper. "What is?" Brittany asks. "If we are dealing with a walking nightmare, then why did she take the body?" Rebecca ponders on this notion for a moment. "The nurse's soul got trapped onto the ghost like a ball and chain, but she wouldn't have anything to do with a dead body. So somebody else has to be involved here." She turns around and heads back towards the front door. There's nothing left to figure out here, so she decides that leaving would be the best idea. But when she looks up towards the front door, it is wide open, as Victor and Balthazar are standing right in front of her. "She didn't take the body. I did." Victor makes the first greetings. "I should have figured that you two are behind this." Rebecca unsheathes her sword and gets ready for a fight. She knows that she is outmatched, but she does not care because she has been waiting for a chance to take Balthazar's head. But he has been in hiding ever since he turned her fiancé into a vampire. "You can put your sword away. I am not here to fight you. My only reason to be here, other than to clean up my dead wife's mess, is to give you a friendly warning." Victor takes out his machete anyways. He really does not want to fight right now, but he does not know what is going on in Rebecca's mind. So he is not taking any chances. "A friendly warning from you two? Don't make me laugh. Let me guess. The real reason why you are protecting your dead wife is because you want custody of your son. Rebecca is not stupid. Victor has killed a lot of people on his killing rampage, but now he has joined forces with a master demon, and that makes things so much worse. I might be a psychotic killer, but I do want my family back. I am still human. There might be some people out there in the world of living that would completely disagree with you. There is a good reason why I have killed so many people and teamed up with this ugly bitch. And his father and her mother could probably tell you if they were still alive." Victor points towards Jacob and then at Brittany. Balthazar quietly whispers something into Victor's left ear. It is too quiet for anybody to actually hear anything, but whatever it is, it faces an intriguing expression all over Victor's face. "Wait a minute. So you know my father and her mother?" Jacob is appalled by the notion of his father consorting with the likes of Victor. He believed that his father were to be a decent human being. "Yes, I did. But unfortunately, we have to make our eggs in now. If you want more answers, you will have to talk to Gabriel. He is the only headmaster that has been around forever. He knows everything." the police sirens start to wail in the distance. Balthazar has already fled, like the coward that he is, and Victor is right on his heels. I think that means that we should go as well. Rebecca sheathes her sword and begins walking out the back door where the blood trail ends. I thought that some of the cops secretively are on the protectors of Earth's side. Jacob asked as he follows Rebecca, with Brittany right by his side. They do, but I still don't want to talk with them, because I really can't tell them anything anyways. All of a sudden Rebecca starts smiling. Police officers secretively knowing about a secret organization that kills beings that nobody really wants to know about. It's a funny cliche, I think. They all walk out the back exit. Jacob and Brittany have no idea what Rebecca is rambling. What they figure is that they are one step closer into finding out what both of their parents have been hiding all these years. They just figure that is what Rebecca is rambling on about. How can they find out anything about their parents if what they were doing were top secret missions or secret organization? It's not going to be easy to find out the truth from anybody. But if what Victor told them is true, then the headmaster named Gabriel knows exactly what happened to both of their parents all those years ago. Then they must go to him and ask him everything that he knows about it. To the chapter, everybody, there's a lot of more action in this one than was in the last one. And this is the month for horror stories. I saw Hellraiser, pretty good. I saw the new Halloween. It's better than a lot of people think if you're actually into Halloween and actually watch the movies and into the genre. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you for listening.